The Johnny Rock Show. Rockin' 101, The Rock Station.
The brand new 5 CD box set. Man Ray's Lock, Stock, and Barrel. Complete recordings. 2008 to 2011 on sale now at cherryred.co.uk. Featuring the new single, I Surrender. All major digital platforms. Well, I don't know if I've ever had the pleasure, Phil Collen of Man Ray's and Def Leppard. How you doing?
Fantastic, thank you. Yeah.
I think
All good.
I think we've met each other in the flesh backstage in a galaxy far, far away when they were sneaking you guys on stage in the bottom of a laundry cart or something. But that was a long time. Exactly. Well, tell us about the new 5 CD box set from Man Ray's. I mean, a long time coming and great stuff. Do tell.
Thank you. So, Man Ray's is a band. It's me on vocals and guitar. It's Paul Cook from the Sex Pistols on drums and Simon Laffey, who was in my old band Girl, on bass. And we started this songwriting and the musical appreciation and the fact that we're all from London and, you know, me and Paul walking distance from our houses. So, we kind of just started making music and create this, you know, 3-piece band, which was awesome. And we recorded all a plethora of great stuff. And it kind of, we had 2 albums out, and it kind of, a lot of the stuff just sat on the shelf, you know, unreleased stuff, you know, live stuff, so much stuff. I was shocked when I found out how much material we had. And we finally got a chance with Cherry Red Records to release the whole thing. And so yeah, I'm totally thrilled that it's coming out. Stuff sounds amazing. It's still really fresh. Sounds brand new. And it is. You know, a lot of people have never heard this stuff. And the diversity in the music is crazy. It's like hard rock, punk rock, goes to reggae. It's all, every influence you could ever imagine. It's all come out, and it's all on there on the Man Ray stuff. That's why we called it Lock, Stock, and Barrel, because it's like the complete works, if you like.
We're talking to Phil Collen. Def Leppard, yes, he's in that band too. And Man Ray's, the new 5 CD box set, Man Ray's, Lock, Stock, and Barrel. The complete recordings on sale now, cherryred.co.uk, and the new single, I Surrender. You know what a lot of people are probably thinking? Oh, I don't know. I'm a guitar player in one of the biggest rock bands in the history of music. Why do, a side project? Because it's... not to be, the obvious. You don't need the money, but is it just artistic?
We always need the money. Everyone does. But, doing something like this certainly isn't making money. You're losing money if you do that on kind of projects. But no, I think, I'm a songwriter, I'm an artist, and yeah, it's just constantly doing this thing. The way that Man Ray's come together, my dad in 2004 was terminally ill. They said, all right, you've got 2 months to live. It's pancreatic cancer. So I dropped everything, went over to London and to hang with my dad. And my friend Simon Laffey, who's in Girl, would come over. He knew my dad. He'd come over and see him, and we just started writing songs for no reason whatsoever. And then I said, it'd be great if Paul Cook was the drummer. And literally the next day, I'm in the street and I see Paul getting into a car, and I knew him, because I knew him when he was in the Pistols and all this stuff. And I said, "Well, your ears must be burning." Like, writing this song, and I was like, I said you'd be great playing drums on this. So I said, "You up for doing a jam?" So the three of us got into a studio in Harrow, a rehearsal room in Harrow Road in London, and started doing this thing. There was something magical that kicked off. So we just kept writing songs, and it had its own identity. And before you knew it, it was like, whoa, this is something. So it ended up being Man Ray's. We chose that name. Simon sort of the name. It was and we just started recording and writing all this stuff non-stop. And I write and record all the time. Whether it's on my own or whether it was Joe or Sav or whoever. We constantly have this thing going, and we have this musical appreciation thing, which is amazing. It's like I was listening to vinyl yesterday at home, and it's like, wow, it's so weird. 'Cause a lot of people don't really get into music per se. They get into it for another reason. And back then, or whatever, it was Miles Davis, the Police, the Beatles, the Stones, whatever you want, there was a different kind of reason for getting into music. And all of that stuff is the reason we do this.
Hey, I got to ask, how did you and the boys like the residency in Vegas? I saw clips on YouTube. It looked over the top.
So I honestly think that we done 12 shows there, and I think 2 of them were probably of the best 5 shows we've ever done in our career were there. So I was amazed, and we had so much fun, and it took us to another level. The singing, the playing, the camaraderie, the just fun we were having on stage. It was like, whoa, this is what's happening here. This is a new thing. So yeah, so we're really digging it, and it's a celebration. And when we go out, we like to think of it that way,
Nice, and that's high praise, because you guys have been doing it a while. First time I saw you guys, you were opening for Billy Squier.
Right, absolutely, yeah. That was 40 odd years ago. So,
yes.
No, I hear you. So, honestly, and I've said this, I think night 12 at Caesar's Palace was probably the best gig we've ever done. And I know it's a weird thing to say, that you can put it down. There's a handful of shows that were amazing. When we played Wembley Stadium, that was one of them. When we played Sheffield, we done a stadium there. They were all in the top 5. But I absolutely, honestly think that night 12 at Vegas was probably the best show we've ever done.
Man, well, not to be missed. Brand new 5 CD box set, Man Rays, Lock, Stock, and Barrel. The complete recordings, 2008 to 2011, on sale now at cherryred.co.uk. And the new single, I Surrender, wherever you get your music. I'm going to play you out with I Surrender. But listen, man, you got to do this more often. The shirtless wonder, I call you, if that's okay. Oh, yes. Phil Collen, come back soon to the Johnny Rock Show, okay?
We would love to. Thank you.
There he goes. The bigger the rock star, the nicer the guy. A lot nicer than Billy Squier. I'll tell you that right now. I Surrender to Phil Collen. Here we go.
And more than the words we breathe, again in a moment, lost in time. Reality is more than it seems to be. It takes us to where to say, I love divine.
Sounds good to me, man. Come on. Thanks to Phil Collen.
The Johnny Rock Show, Rockin' 101, The Rock Station.